LDNRBS. We have special guests in the building. Remy, Sarah, and Stefan. Let's give them a clap out here. For anybody, well, to be honest, if you have listened to any LDNRBS, exactly, and you've never heard us and RM Moses talk, then you're crazy. So, first off, I want to say, for anyone that doesn't know, who are you, Remy?
I'm a filmmaker from East London. I've been filmmaking for about 6 years now. That's about it, really, I guess.
That's really about it. Should I start throwing out the accolades of Mr. Award-winning? I can literally, there's many things we could say about what you've done. But today we're here for grounding. And we've got two very, very talented actor and actress is tongue-tied out here. But tell me about what you've got coming up and tell me about Grounding.
Grounding is, have you seen it?
Okay, Sarah's seen it. Tonight I'm watching it. We've got a little exclusive look, so I'll be watching it fully.
Grounding is about a relationship where the guy is suffering with anxiety, and it's about how his girlfriend handles their relationship changing from being romantic to being like a carer, patient kind of dynamic, and kind of like what you sacrifice in order to kind of help someone else with their mental health. And it's also about like how badly you kind of deal with stuff and how the fallout, you know, can affect your family and friends and stuff like that. So yeah.
Where did that concept come from? Like, what was the inspiration to go and to make that type of topic, which is very dear to a lot of people's hearts?
I think it was September. Probably was in July or August. I got diagnosed with an anxiety disorder. Before that, I think in the summer, I was filming so much where I got to a point where I just didn't understand why I was feeling that bad. I always had it since I've had like my Crohn's and stuff since I was 15, but I never really understood like how hard I could actually get it. And it was only until like last summer it really affected me a lot because I was filming almost every day, and some days I just couldn't make the shoot and I just didn't know why. And then I went to doctors and stuff and, you know, got diagnosed and blah blah blah. So yeah.
And then this came out of it.
This came out of it. Yeah.
And then the link up with these two here. Tell me about how you guys met, Remy, and go from there.
I met these guys at Brit Ain't Right, a theatre production that they did about 2 years ago maybe. Yeah, and they stood out and I was like, yeah, I have to work with these guys.
Why did they stand out?
Because they just did. They're just special. They're just special, yeah. And you can tell in the film is like the relationship dynamic is...
From what I've seen of it so far too, the chemistry seems very honest. Tell me about you guys working with RM Moses and with each other.
I found it really easy to work with Stefan and Remy as well. I don't know, it was very natural. Yeah. And then I think because it didn't seem to it felt very home, felt quite organic. It was quite a comfortable atmosphere that Remy creates as well. Yeah. And yeah, altogether it was just really comfortable.
And what do you think about your character too?
My character,
and playing the role.
I found the preparation process a bit difficult because I needed to understand her reasoning behind staying and why she continues even though the relationship's getting more and more toxic. But I think in the end it's quite a strong there's a strong meaning behind her character, and she stands out a lot in terms of the relationship because she kind of pushes it through and she kind of is the through line. Yeah. So yeah, she was really difficult to play, but she was interesting.
Yeah. I wanted to work with Remy from before Pride and Pat for a while. So yeah, I mean, when I did Brit Ain't Right, he got on board, and then like nothing really happened for like quite some time, and then summertime he was just like we should do something together, and I was like, yeah, cool. And then we met up one day, and he was like, yeah, he wants to do a film about like anxiety and like depression. So like, you know how like you meet people and you're like, okay, cool, that's a step in the right direction. And then the next day he had like a 6-page script, and I was like, wow, what's going on? So then we just started doing that, and then Sarah came on board, and then literally after that we just filmed it, and then here we have. It was a
storyboard film. It was like one of them films I made from visuals rather than like kind of context. And the main shot that everyone talks about is that shot in the lake. that shot was the first shot I had in my mind for the film, and I'd kind of shaped everything else around that. And the script was probably 3 scenes, maybe 2 scenes. Everything else was improv and like setups on the day, and just kind of made it work. So yeah,
a lot of that was improv.
Yeah.
In regards to visuals, that was amazing, because I know how important it is to you.
Yeah.
So when I was seeing even the sunset, just everything, it was really shot really well. Also, do you know what I love the most about you? What you do, you seem to have acting taking place while there's also someone speaking behind. So it's also like you're captured in what's happening, but I'm listening to what you're saying beforehand. And it was that really caught me. And I think also your characters, you played so well them. How did you feel like getting in touch with them, really? Because I know that was difficult, especially for you also, but I feel like, how did you get round to understanding your character fully?
For me, it was difficult because I've never actually dealt with any like anxiety or depression in my life or in my family at all. So like when we spoke about, I went home and I tried to research like what anxiety is, because it comes in many different forms. You kind of think anxiety, panic attack, and that's not really what anxiety is. There's many different forms, like social anxiety, economic anxiety. Like there's like loads of different things. So like when I kind of looked at what was on the script and the relationship dynamic, it kind of just felt like Kane, the character Kane, was almost, he wants her to leave, but he can't live without her. But he says it out loud that he wants her to leave, but deep down he knows that if she leaves, it could be the end of him. So just that whole dynamic of like trying to bridge that gap between the two, and you see it in the film as well. So yeah,
you guys done an amazing, incredible job. Honestly, I really fully believed it. How did you feel about that? Him playing that part. How did you feel?
No, it was sick.
It wasn't
good, like it wasn't like he was meant to be me. It was literally just like, you know what I mean? I knew it from the first day. We did all the bedroom scenes in one day.
Oh, wow.
And I could just tell, like when we did the kitchen scene, and it was just like there's no words, and there's a lot of silences in the film. You can tell straight away, because I feel like that's what makes good actors is if you can play the silence as well, and you can play like the kind of moments to moments. And they did that like in the kitchen scene to the kissing scene, and then like just the lake and stuff, and it's just I think it's just perfect the way they did it. So
you said that you met these two in theatre. So is that what you were looking out for when
no I was just there as kind of like a spectator, and then I saw them and was like, alright, let's do something.
So what's the main thing that stood out for you when you were casting, or when
I don't know,
what do you look for?
With the theatre thing, that was just I honestly don't know. It was just a random thing. When you spot good actors, you can tell straight away. With like casting and stuff, I don't normally do auditions, so it's normally like if I see you in a show reel or whatever it is, a past film, I can kind of judge if I can give you something to the script. 'Cause I don't like shaping actors towards a character. I'd rather cast someone that's more close to the character, so there's less directing to do, so it feels more authentic than you having to like create a character within yourself and having to force an accent or whatever it is. So
have you guys acted before?
Yeah.
How, in what kind of things have you been involved
in? Do you want to go first? I've done short films, I've done theatre, done music videos, I've done pretty much web series, all that stuff.
In this day and age too, where I guess there is a lot of success in the film industry and a lot of actors and actresses, where do you feel like your art, like what makes you different compared to many actors and actresses right now?
I feel like everyone's just different in themselves. Everyone has their own unique talent. There's no, because like being an actor is probably the most unemployed profession in the world. You get so many creatives out there that don't find work. So if you connect with a character, then you know what I mean. You just know, because sometimes you might get like an audition script, and then you might see a character and you think, I can do that. But then it's all about translating how you feel on screen or on stage, and that's the difficult part, because you might feel like I'm a good singer or I'm a good actor, but if you can't portray it on live on stage, then that's it. So everyone's different.
I was going to say, because you said theatre, did you do musical theatre as well?
No, I never did musical theatre. So I started out.
He was definitely about to just ask you to sing, but we'll go on.
No, I started out wanting to be a footballer at first, and then I couldn't do that due to like illness, and then one day
everyone had the injuries.
You were going to say it before I did. Go.
And then one day I was watching Top Boy in 2011. I was like, I can do that. And then like months later I started working in a cinema, and then one fateful day I happened to meet Daniel Kaluuya. This is before
amazing.
This is like 2012.
Amazing.
It's after he'd done Johnny English 2.
Amazing.
And I was like, oh, I'm a big fan of your work. He was on Skins. I'm a black actor. Like, I want to be an actor. And he was like, oh yeah, that's good, man. I got a friend that has a drama school called Identity, which spawned John Boyega. Yeah. Letitia Wright, Malachi Kirby, loads of different people. Legendary. So from there, that's pretty much like where my journey just started up till now. So yeah.
And yourself, Sarah?
With me, it was always music first. So, and I think with music there has to be a kind of not an ego but a confidence.
Of course.
So to kind of grow that, I took up acting and I joined Identity, and that was the start of my journey. Really, from there it was just theatre, a lot of short films, nothing big, like little projects to just build it up.
For sure. And I think grounding is definitely going to make a difference when everyone's seen it and everyone's been around it, for sure. What do you want grounding to do? Like, what is the main objective for you?
I think just broadening everyone's perception of the spectrum of anxiety, because it's not like Stefan said, it's not just one thing. It's not just one kind of attack. You don't have anxiety attacks, and that's like all of it. So just noticing signs and behaviors and kind of picking up on whether or not your family are doing it, whether or not someone else close to you is going through something that you can't spot, because it is all kind of invisible illnesses and stuff that people have that kind of affect us the most. So it is really just bringing attention to those nuances in life and in humanity that you need to kind of speak up to about. So
I would be crazy if I had you not up here and I didn't ask you this question. So what are you working on, Mr. R.M. Moses? Because I'm sure if I didn't say that in this interview, people would be like, why didn't you ask that question? So what are you working on? Cough feature film, is that happening?
Oh my god, so I've got quite a lot to talk about then. Firstly, coming up like right in the next month or two, I'm shooting a short film with UK Fully Focused.
Amazing.
It's called Pirates. It's about pirate radio station in the 90s. It's about a crew who are trying to get their music heard by hitting up loads of pirate radio stations. And
if I don't get the private link to this, I'm going to be really upset.
Do you want to roll?
Yeah, I think he does. I think why not?
Sorry? He has my number, guys. I've known Remy for the longest, and he's only saying it now. 90s. Sorry, carry on.
Yeah, so I think we're shooting it in July. It comes out in August on UK Fully Focused YouTube. My feature film, I mean, I don't want to speak too quickly.
That's why I had to ask.
But we were speaking about it for about 3 years now.
Definitely.
Yeah, because I wrote it in 2015. I only really kind of got the final draft done last year, and that's kind of in the works now, like properly. And I don't want to jinx it. That's why I'm like really cautious of saying it. But we're looking for a co-pro at the moment, so it's almost greenlit. So
amazing.
Can I take it back to grounded? Because I have to ask a question. That lake scene. How did I get that? The lake scene. Firstly, how did you shoot that?
Oh wait,
how did you shoot the lake scene? Was it cold? There's
a mad story. Let me say out first.
You made it look so graceful, like it was like nothing.
So we left hours at midday in the day. It took me 8 hours to drive there. And it was like on the edge of Scotland, so we drove like forever to get there. And then because essentially it was only meant to be a 5-hour drive, and it took longer because I went the wrong way and I went through Manchester, and it was rush hour, whatever. Got there 8:30, I think. Sunset was just about to hit. I think it was 8:40, and so we jumped out and we shot what we had to shoot. And then as the sun set, that's how we got the lake shot with the pink sky. And it was just perfect. So it's like, honestly, it was proper like divine timing. Like it was crazy. So yeah. Anyway, but
okay. Let me tell my side of the story. So when he originally had the concept of like the lake scene, I thought I was just gonna like walk in, just walk in and then walk out. Yeah. So Sarah was there when we shot it. Like she was just there watching, just behind her watching. When I tell you that was cold, and I can't swim, so I've gone into the lake. I'm like, he's like, no, go deeper.
It was knee high. It was knee high because I was in the lake.
It was neck high.
Yeah, sorry.
It was neck high.
No, he sat down. He sat down.
Neck high.
It's movie magic.
I was in there neck high and I almost drowned, but that's what you got to do for a good film, innit? So yeah.
If you see the behind the scenes, Sarah's laughing her head off. Like, it's so funny.
Yeah, but it was a good shot.
That was a very good shot.
Yeah.
For the rest of 2019, I'm going to go around the room here. What have we got planned?
Speaking to existence.
Yes. What do we want to have be planned?
For me, on a personal, just taking it to the next level. So like, film and TV is like the next thing. I feel like short films, I've done a few, but now it's like, especially like when we had the screening in for Grounded at the Crystal Palace Film Festival, there was a lot of funny films, and then when ours came on, after it was shown, the whole room went quiet. And I was like, oh, this is kind of weird. And then like when like a few people that I know like saw the film as well, they were like mad emotional. So I was like, oh, maybe, because like when you're in it, you don't know it. Like, when you watch it, you're like, oh, I'm in it. It's just a film, whatever. But when someone else watches it and they're like, oh, like they cried during the film or it was deep, it's like, what? Yeah. Like we might have something special. So yeah, for me, just taking it to the next level. That's really the main thing. So.
No, I would say the same. I think taking it to the next level again, TV, film. I think just creating more things that affect people, things that make people cry or happy or heal people. Music as well that heals, anything that just makes an impact. So just create.
And you're being really humble right now because you're a great singer. You need to just say who you are too, because you really you just said it as if it was just a passing wind. It really isn't like at all. People need to search you for sure. You're a great singer. You've got a great future for sure. And Mr. Remy over here too.
Yeah, I think at the start of the year I had this aim to get signed. I had an aim, or not an aim, just a prayer to that for my career to kind of, you know, unfold and see where my path leads me. So like gratefully, and you know, this past couple months, a lot has happened for me to kind of see what's ahead. So I'm really grateful at the moment to be in the position I am. But there's still a lot to do. I've set the groundwork, so I've written like I think 2 feature films now, and they're ready. So once I'm in those meetings and those people that can, you know, do the magic, then I can just give it to them, and that's it. So it is literally just timing at the moment. So.
And for me, I actually want to say I'm very grateful for you guys, and I'm very grateful that you continue to make a lot of feeling, because I get so much feels for that. Like you saying how you didn't realise after, it was truly powerful.
When you're in a film, you like, I watch, I'm like, oh, that's me acting. And I just walk away. But like from someone looking from the outside in, like I couldn't imagine someone crying over this film. I just think, yeah, it's a good film. But like, you just don't know, innit? Because you're in it, you don't know. And like people tell me like, oh, it was deep, the connection. I was crying. I was just like, I was taken aback. I was like, whoa. So
you know, it kind of has a slight parallel to Signs of Silence, and I bring it up because someone else said this the other day to me about the narration over the top and stuff like that. Yeah. And it's not it's not supposed to be narration. It is literally just kind of scenes folding over each other. But it has the feel, and I feel like someone said to me the other day, it's your trademark or whatever. But we had this conversation before, and I said like, this isn't something I do in every film. I think I've done it in like 3 films. So
it's definitely something for me new. I've never seen it before, and it's something that really does take feel. So it's
yeah, if it works, it works. I did it a little bit in Pride and Pack actually. But yeah, if it works, it works. If it doesn't, you don't need to do narration all the time. So
I would say too, and I've got to say this, you're going to go in a little Tyrone rant here for a second, but you are one of the greatest in this UK, if not going further. Like, you've packed out theatres and had people crying. Oh, not many people can say that. Yeah, I was there. I looked to the left. Say that again.
Was you there for Book Trader?
I wasn't for that one. I was there for the one after that.
Book Trader. I can't remember if we had a conversation about it, but everyone was crying at the end scene.
That shows it's happened more than once.
Yeah, people have come down, like in the film, the guy comes down the aisle in the church and gives the woman money, and then the woman in the wheelchair stands up, and it's like this real beautiful moment. And I kind of engineered it to be like a really, you know, emotional moment, and I didn't anticipate, like everyone was just like rushing out the cinema to go to the toilets, checking their makeup, and it was like a proper moment. The first standing ovation I've ever had for that film. So.
You've created these moments, and I think I cannot wait. I'm a fan. Like, I could consider you as a friend, but at the same time, I'm a fan of what you do and where you're going and what's going to happen. Man, literally,
Runaway Sparks is going to blow you away. I can tell you.
We need it now. We need it. We need to keep on creating, keep on doing what you're doing. RM Moses, Sarah, Steffan. Thank you guys. Give a clap out here. LDNRBS. Any last things you want to say to the people too? And your socials too.
Yeah.
RM Moses UK.
Sarah Isabella _R.
Stilly Visionus STILLYVISION.
We shall be back. LDNRBS.